Hey guys, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. You guys like cards? I love cards. I've got this old school deck of cards here, and it's Dallas Cowboys players. Because, see, like you look here, each one has got Dallas Cowboy player on it. You know, you got Dennis Thurman there. You pull through here, you got Drew Pearson, the original 88. Yeah. Great players, great history with the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know how many sets of cards we're going to have with the current players over the last 20 years, but we'll see. I'm sure DeMarcus Ware and Jason Witten, Tony Romo, those guys will definitely deserve to have a deck of cards maybe. So, Jerry Jones, after this season going to crap, says that he's not going to fire Jason Garrett during the season, and there won't be any changes with Scott Linehan in the play calling. He won't fire him. Yeah, the dogs don't even like that. They won't fire him and have Jason Garrett do the play calling. What's interesting is I had a person who commented today and said it's all Dak Prescott's fault. And I know you guys are going to say, well, you're just not going to say anything bad about Dak. Hey, let me say this. Dak missed Cole Beasley badly. Dak looks lost. He looks like he's lost any confidence. He looks bad. I will be the first to admit it. But you have to understand that everything is all relative. When you look at the play calling and things that are going on, we're too predictable. See, I played nose tackle, and I hated playing a read and react defense. Because what you do with the read and react defense is basically you hit the guy and try and find out where he's going. If he's going away from you, you follow him because he'll lead you to the ball. He's pulling. So when we're down on the goal line and we're having a running play to Zeke Elliott and basically a counter trey, which the Redskins made famous because they're pulling the backside tackle and guard around and leading it. Back in the day, your defensive ends weren't fast enough to be able to get to the running back. So when we run it down here on the goal line, we have Goswam, who's over top of the defensive end. He goes out on a route while you end up running around on the opposite side to the left. And the defensive end, because he's not touched, is fast enough to come through and blow up the play. It's by design. It's handicapping them. It's antiquated. You guys like play cards? I'm a blackjack man myself. A lot of people love poker and things. But let me see if I can explain to you what the problem is with our offense. There's a thing called a poker face, meaning you want to be blank. You don't want people to know that you've got a good hand. You don't want to give anything away. You're wearing sunglasses. You're trying to keep a blank face. You got your hand over your mouth. You got a hat that's tilted on you, and you are hiding your cards. That way, nobody has an advantage of knowing that you have a good hand, because you might be bluffing. You may have absolutely nothing, but they don't know it. You don't want them to know it. Okay, because our offense is so antiquated, because we've been doing the same thing since Troy Aikman days, people are reading our face. They know we're going to run between the tackles on first down. They know we're going to be in the pocket with the same few routes on it, play after play. Hence, we have no poker face. So imagine if you're a poker player, other teams, of course, are faking the dives and doing shuttle passes. I know that's kind of high school. We did that in high school and stuff. But it's something different. You noticed how DeMarcus Lawrence crashed down on the running back? Boom, I got the running back. Oh, no, he didn't. Boom. Poker face. Shuttle pass. Or better yet, boom. Run pass option. Fake to the running back on the dive. Run. Mariota goes for 15, 20 yards. That's playing poker. Now imagine that them doing those plays are like the other team having wild cards. Wild card meaning you can make it anything you want. You might have two kings and you got a wild card. You make it a third king. You got three kings. The other teams have wild cards, but guess what? You're not allowed. Wild cards don't exist for your team. So now you're playing against a team that has the advantage of having some wild cards, that has a poker face because you don't know what they're doing. And oh, by the way, let's just show everybody our cards. So there's no mystery whatsoever to what we're doing. They know exactly what I have. Then they know you're not bluffing. That's what you got. I got to take a hit or I got to fold. And that, in a nutshell, my friends, is what we're dealing with on the offense. We are not putting the players in a position to succeed. The things that we do well, we don't do. We get away from them. We go back to what we always go back to. 7-stop drop back passes, long developing routes, and running up the middle. It's predictable. Understand when your quarterback is struggling. Understand when your quarterback is getting sacked, and Dak is one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the NFL. And regardless of you guys saying it's all Dak and all that, Dak is bad as well as the offensive line as well. He's also one of the most pressured quarterbacks in the NFL. What you do is you do 3-step drop back timing routes, quick screens. That's what the Titans did to us all night. Mariota's not a great quarterback, but what they did was they did what worked for them. They negated our pass rush by getting rid of the ball quickly. They kept us guessing. They had a poker face on it where we didn't know where the ball was coming from. Hence, we're playing old school football in a modern era that's quick hitting, fast paced, play action, deception, maybe even a little college like. Unfortunately, Jason Garrett believes all we got to do is line up and overpower people. It's not football today, guys. And your team is not going to succeed. We drank the Kool-Aid in 2016 because we were able to just overpower people with our offensive line, just pound them into submission. But in the meantime, other teams looked and said, you know what we have to do to negate that strength of the Cowboys offensive line? Is get into the gaps, get upfield. Don't wait for them to maul us. Go on the attack on defense. And thus, they stopped our power running game. And instead, we keep pounding our head against the wall over and over and over and over again, thinking that, well, it's going to work this time. It's not. Until we change philosophies, until we start doing something different, until we can finally stop showing everybody our hand and get a few wild cards, we're forever going to be folding. And that's a fact, friends. I've wanted Jason Garrett to succeed. I've wanted the Cowboys to succeed. You can call me whatever you want. Fake fan, because I don't live in Dallas. You can call me, I don't know, call me whatever. Everybody calls me everything anyway. Everybody's always trying to say I'm starting stuff with people, and there's a beef here and a beef there. Everywhere there's a beef with Mark Holmes and somebody. I got people telling me, call up Okoye and tell him he was right and I'm an idiot. But I drank the Kool-Aid with everybody else and hoped and prayed, because I'm a half glass full type of guy, that maybe this year, after all of the years of Jason Garrett being an idiot, of Jason Garrett letting us down, of believing Jerry Jones, that this year was going to be different. Well, I've come to the realization that it's not. Not until we start a dramatic change from the top on down, a complete change in philosophy. So we got two choices right now. We can continue to support our team as it is, understanding it's flawed, understanding that we're not really playing for championships. We're just playing to be the Dallas Cowboys and to live on to past glory. Or we can stop watching. I'm too well invested into the Dallas Cowboys to stop watching. So I guess I just have to come to the realization that it's not about winning. One thing at least you can count on with the Cowboys, there's always plenty to talk about. I'm going to have more later on about what the Cowboys need to do to get on the track towards a Super Bowl, at least in my eyes. I know I'm just Joe the fan. I just sit behind this desk with a voodoo doll, but hell, the minds in Dallas certainly haven't been able to do it for the last 20 plus years. So I can't do any worse, can I? I'll see you guys later.